Let me tell you something. I did things the correct way the first time. I fell in love. I got 2 rings in my finger. I lasted 7 years. 7 years that I didn't have to last with somebody with. I lasted 7 years in a marriage. Stop saying, "Oh, but you're still married." No, I'm legally separated. The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for the taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I could get out of my marriage if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that. I'm gonna fight for that. This is not no love shit. And like I said, I'm not gonna stop living my life because on a contract, I'm practically still married because somebody wanna hold me hostage if I don't give them millions of dollars to get out of it.
No, don't know all that cap shit in my comment. I mean, you pushing eyes, you picking up chicks, you know what I mean?
Cardi B just hopped on Twitter Spaces, and she spilled some things that got everybody buzzing. So here's the tea. Cardi flat out admitted she's still legally married to Offset. Yup, after all the drama, the breakups, the rumors, the new relationships, technically they are still husband and wife. Why? According to Cardi, it's cheaper for taxes, easier for paperwork, and she just never finalized it. Basically, it's giving roommates with IRS benefits. But here's where it gets spicy. Offset allegedly felt some type of way when Cardi got pregnant with Stefon Diggs' baby. Like, imagine, you're still legally married, but your wife's having a whole baby with somebody else. Offset found that real weird, and honestly, I get it. But Cardi, she said she's moving on with her life, period. Now the internet, y'all never miss a beat. Fans instantly started comparing her to Nick Cannon. Yup, Nick, how many kids we at now, Cannon? Folks were saying Cardi's collecting babies like Birkin bags. And you know Cardi was not having that. She clapped back like, hold up, don't compare me to Nick. All my kids live in the same house. I'm not out here spreading them around like Amazon packages. Whew, the shade jumped out. And let's be real, the whole situation has now taken on a life of its own. Memes flying, people calling her Cardi Cannon, Offset allegedly sitting somewhere salty, and Stefon Diggs just minding his football business like, why am I in it? But here's my 2 cents. I think Cardi knows exactly what she's doing. Dropping this bombshell the week of her album release, that's not just PR, that's PhD level marketing. She turned her messy personal life into free promo. And honestly, I can't even be mad. Anyway, what do y'all think? Is Cardi B just living her truth and building her family her way? Or do the Nick Cannon comparisons low-key fit? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this one's got people divided. And before we roll into Cardi's full Spaces clip, do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and as always, I'll be in the comments with y'all. So let's talk.
The reviews on my album has been amazing. And now it's getting even better because of the tour stuff. Yo, oh, Erica. Okay. I don't understand why a whole stranger that don't have children, this is the thing about some people, right? This is the thing that I don't like about some people. Some people think because they went to college or they have like a certain vocabulary, they could speak on things that they don't know and they could speak on things that they don't experience, and they mix their ignorance and they mix their point of view with all these fancy words and all this bullshit, and it's like, you're dead fucking wrong. You try me one time, cool. Then the second time, Let me tell you something. If you have an opinion about my personal life and what I personally do, that's okay. That's you. You don't know my life. You don't see half the shit. Even the things that I show you, you don't even know half of it. Don't come to the internet and be like, hey, I done study on children. I done study on children. And when it comes to kids, I don't play about them. You are not going to sit here and tell me that you don't play about my kids. Because when it comes to me, I will kill, I will kill, I will bury a block. I'll go to the death penalty. I'll die, come back from heaven, kill again for all my three and now four children. So don't tell me about shit about kids. That's one. I have never in my career, I feel like because I'm having such a great week, I feel like the devil is trying to try me to get out of character because it's like I have never, ever, ever. One thing about it, even people that hate me, like, there's fan pages and there's blogs that don't like me. One thing that they have never tried me on is my motherhood. One time I got tried for my motherhood and it didn't, you know what I'm saying? But people don't be bringing up my motherhood or how I raised my kids because if you see me, I'm always with my kids. For you to say because of my personal choices that I'm bringing trauma to my kids, trauma to who? If you're worried about trauma with children, you need to go to these places. Yeah, I don't have it. As Brown, go there and as Brown. If you're looking for kids with trauma, you need to go to these homes where these kids are getting abused, where these kids are getting fed things that parents want to be fed because they believe in certain type of whatever the crap food is. You need to be going to these homes where parents are confusing their kids and shit like that. You need to go to these homes. But when you're trying to talk about trauma to my kids because I have a baby, I'm having a baby and my baby just turned one. Bro, people that happens all the time. I know I could take care of four kids. I could take care of three, I could take care of four. You talking about trauma with my kids? The only trauma that my kids experience, you want to know the only trauma that my kids experience? That they cry when they can eat candy after 8 o'clock. Yeah, no more candy. Yeah, and guess what? The iPad got a timer. That's another thing that they be crying about. Other than that, they don't go through trauma. You want to know how my kids feel that I'm having another baby? I have it on video. You know how they feel right now? They're mad. You want to know why they're mad? Because they're arguing with each other. You want to know what they're arguing about? Wave wants a brother and Culture wants another sister. That's the only thing. But they don't care if I'm having another baby. And Blossom is right there. I have a very good, happy family. This is not a thing where I live in LA and my kids live in New York. I live in Jersey with my kids. Okay? I see my kids go to sleep every single day. Okay? I see my kids in the afternoon every single day. I see my kids in the morning every single day. If I didn't tell y'all that I was pregnant, and guess what? I didn't even have to tell y'all that I was pregnant. Even if I looked pregnant, I didn't have to. I could have wore coats, jackets, big dresses, and blah 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 until the end of this album run. And guess what? Would have popped out like, hey, just gave birth, have a baby, and still go on tour. Now, and also, stop trying to make it seem like I got 100 gazillion that I got married with. Yes, I'm having a baby with somebody else. So what? That happens. It's life. Let me tell you something. I did things the correct way the first time. I fell in love. I got two rings in my finger. I lasted 7 years. 7 years that I didn't have to last with somebody with. I lasted 7 years in a marriage. Stop saying, oh, but you're still married. No, I'm legally separated. The only reason why I'm still married is because somebody wants me to pay for their taxes. Y'all want to know the tea? The only way I could get out of my marriage if I pay for somebody else's taxes, even though I pay for my own, and give them one of my properties. I'm fighting for that. I'm gonna fight for that. This is not no love shit. And like I said, I'm not gonna stop living my life because on a contract, I'm practically still married because somebody wanna hold me hostage if I don't give them millions of dollars to get out of it. So that's what I'm going through in life. However, I'm not gonna live my life. Y'all want me to remarry and stuff to have another baby and stuff like that? I'm doing things how what makes me happy. I did it the right way the first time. Guess what? When you separate from somebody, one thing about it is I don't like broken homes. I don't like broken homes. But guess what? Kids, like my kids, they don't give a fuck. You wanna know why my kids don't give a fuck? Because their life have not changed. I'm separated from their dad. It's been a year, and their life have not changed. They wake up at the same time. They have fun at the same time. They eat whatever they want. They do whatever the fuck they want. Nothing has changed. Nothing. You have trauma with your family. You don't speak to your parents. I don't know whatever trauma you have with your family, but don't put that on my children. Don't put that on my kids. Because one thing about me, I bust my ass. There has not been a career day. There has not been a mom shop, because that's what they call it in my kids' school, a mom shop that I missed. There has not been a graduation that I missed. There has not been a special event that I missed. There's events that they throw in my daughter's school where I know she's gonna get on stage and she's gonna sing for 40 seconds, and I still go because it fulfills my kid. Don't talk about my kids because I do the most biggest things for my kids and from the smallest thing. And no, just because I have money, let me make that very clear. I live with my children. I live with my children. Yes, I have people that help me to make it easier for me. Because if I don't have to do certain things, why am I gonna do it when I can pay for somebody to do it? The fuck? That's like you. If you don't want to, if you could pay for somebody to do your child's hair, you're gonna pay them to do their hair, right? It's easier. But I take care of my kids. I'm always with my kids. That's why if you notice, my kids, who do my kids act like? My kids don't act like grandma. My kids don't act like their cousins. I mean, like my cousin, they help me with my kids. My kids act like Belcalis. They act like me. They talk like me because they always around me. And a woman with no kid, and let me tell you something too, and for y'all moms out there, don't let nobody, don't let nobody that have no kids tell you about kids. I don't care how many books they read about kids. I don't care if they have a master's degree about kids. I don't care if they close with their nieces and nephews. If you don't have a kid, you can't tell a mom about no fucking kids. Word two. And let me tell you something. Every mother, whether you are an artist, whether you are a cashier, register, as a working mother, bro, we always gonna have to sacrifice some time for our careers. If you work a 9 to 5, if you work a 9 to 5, let me tell you about the regular 9 to 5 moms, right? Regular 9 to 5 moms have to wake up at 6, 7 o'clock, get themselves ready, maybe drop their kids off school or even rush to drop their kids off school. Then they cannot even pick up their kids at 3 o'clock. They have to put them in an after school program. Then they come home and they're fucking tired. They cook dinner for their kids and they're tired. And they just want to close that door, lock it, and just fucking relax. But you know what? They still do it. My job requires traveling. But you know what? Who else's jobs require traveling? Lawyers. What happened to a lawyer when she got to go 2, 3 weeks to another state because she got a case? Unless, unless you a woman that a nigga got money and got you put up and all you could do is be a stay-at-home mom. This is the reality that working moms go through. Even when you own a company, you could be the bosses of the bosses of the boss. You own a company, you still got to travel to take care of your business. And don't let nobody make you feel guilty about that. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty if you work in a fucking Burger King because you got to take care of your kids. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty because you got to run a company. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty because you're not picking in between. When it's time to tour, my baby, my newborn is going to be great. Me and my baby dad, my new baby dad, I guess, whatever, we always speak about how things are going to be when we have a baby. This is not just a thing that is that, oh, I'm having a baby by myself. I'm having a baby with somebody. And I told them the expectations that I want. Hey, listen, I want somebody that's there for my baby. I know you have a busy schedule. We both got busy schedules. This is what I want. And we decided to keep this baby. Okay? I'm not just a bitch that pop out baby and you're like, here, mom. That's not me. And it's never been me. And that shit reflects on my kids. Y'all see my kids all the time. Y'all see how they speak. They're very well educated. They have everything. Don't speak about my kids. And that's that. I don't talk about you. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. If yeah, I get it. Y'all wanted me to marry a billionaire. Y'all wanted me to date another man. Y'all wanted me this. I understand that. Y'all want it better for me. And I get that. But guess what? This is my life. And this is my decision. And one thing about it, I do not regret my kids. Not none, four of them. I don't regret it. I have choices while I'm pregnant, and I still don't go to the chop shop. And I have a choice, and I would have done it if I wanted to, but I didn't want it to. And I know I could do this. And y'all see the type of mom that I am.